When I was just a little kid, there was one game I asked for Christmas merely because I happened to see it on the store shelves. Megaman X Command Mission. It looks so cool with these characters standing heroically on the box art. So I waited and got it for Christmas and played it to completion. Loving how cool X was, how badass Zero was, and how adaptable Axel himself was. I loved this trio of characters and the combat style. This was back when I really loved RPGs. After playing through Final Fantasy X, I was so ready for more. One day, I saw Mega Man Anniversary Collection for the GameCube, and it advertised 8 games? 8 whole RPGs for me to play? Oh man, was I excited. Yeah, let's do this. Thinking back on it, did I not look at the back of the box? So I bought it. I popped it in, heard this oh so nostalgic music, and I went to Mega Man 1 and, huh? Select your character to fight? Wow, Mega Man must be really ahead of the time. I wonder what kind of RPG I'm in for. What the fuck? You guys have no idea how surprised I was to discover that Mega Man was a series known for being 2D action platformers. I thought it was all RPGs, like Final Fantasy. Boy, was I in for a shock. Well, regardless, after my initial shock, I quickly got to truly playing Mega Man and going through all the games. And now, I'm a diehard Mega Man fan now, but it's been a long time since I last played Mega Man. And I remember liking it, except for one part. So it's been a while, so I thought, hey, why not play through the original Mega Man and see how it aged? Quick note that I will be playing this and future Mega Man titles on the Legacy collections. They're basically identical to the original versions on NES. And they also have a rewind feature, which I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It will take away so much time spent replaying some annoying sections. I don't feel bad using it because I've beaten these games multiple times in the past. So let's start off with Bomb Man, because I remember him being the easiest. And there he is, the iconic NES hero Mega Man. I always liked the way he looked. His iconic blue design with his face appearing human, and his helmet always made him stand out. So we start the stage, and before I continue, if there is one aspect of Mega Man 1 that aged well, it's definitely the music. Man, this music is catchy. Oh yeah, guess I should explain the gimmick of Mega Man. You run and gun while evading enemies. Basically, most NES action games in a nutshell, really. All it really comes down to is just making sure to time your shots and jumping and such to avoid taking damage. These little pink hoppers can be a bit on the annoying side, but they die so easily, so no biggie. Just gotta wait for these things to explode and scattershot. Yeah, let's keep going. Alright, now these blue little screws that shoot out scatter shots might get in the way, but nothing I can't handle yet. Huh. You know, these enemies kinda look like bullet bills from Mario. But wait, didn't those show up in Super Mario World first? Did Mario copy Mega Man?
Objection!
probably just a coincidence. Oh, spikes. Oh boy, better play careful here, because Mega Man 1 has no invincibility frames for spikes. So if I get hit and fall down, boom, dead. So let's try to avoid that. These scattershot floating enemies are a little on the annoying side. They shoot all over the place and are only free to hit for a short amount of time. Ah, Sniper Joes. At least, I think that's their name. One of the more annoying enemies. These guys show up throughout various Mega Man games and are recognized by their shields. They always shoot 1 or 2 pellets after you and then go back to blocking. Honestly, they usually just tank the damage to kill them faster, because they can jump after you. Too annoying to kill normally, so just go through it. Ah, now we get to something that goes away in the future titles. Everybody knows about the gates right before a boss in Mega Man games, right? You just enter a small corridor, pump yourself up before entering another gate, and then boom, boss time. Not this one! Hello. As if the game already wasn't hard enough, they throw one last obstacle section at you. In Bomb Man stage, they expect you to climb down a ladder, avoiding these annoying enemies that move from left to right. But that takes too long, so let's just jump down taking chip damage. But ah shit, I only have 1 hit and I'm dead. Well, back down we go. Ow! Bomb Man is a relatively easy boss to beat with just the Buster, as he just throws bombs at you and occasionally jumps around the place. Bumping into you is actually more dangerous to be hit by than his bombs himself. But as we beat him, we get bombs. It'll only be useful against Gutsman because this weapon, in all honesty, isn't really that good due to the delayed explosion. So next up, it's time for Gutsman. So now we need to get through these conveyor belts with some awkward jumping. Nothing we can't handle. Holy shit, I dropped down so fast! Yeah, the gravity in this game is weird. If Mega Man slips off certain surfaces, he plummets like a rock, but otherwise his jumping is normal. Ah! These smiling green assholes are some of the most annoying enemies in the game. They always chase you down, but they can be so awkward to hit. Unfortunately, this won't be the last time we see of them. Again, unfortunately, even though these construction workers are just doing their thing, they are in our way, and they must die. I still, to this day, have no idea how I'm supposed to get that 1-up unless it's with the magnet beam. But you can only get the magnet beam if you have beaten Gutsman stage, and then get the magnet beam in Electman stage. Since there is no hidden collectibles, why would you ever come back here? Why is it like that? Oh, these guys! These guys are what are going to be responsible for you losing half your health in 1 hit. It may be simple to avoid them, but if they hit you, say goodbye to half of your health. Until we get the freeze beam, these guys are to be taken with extreme caution. Now it's time to fight Gutsman. His entire gimmick is he is dummy thick. So thick that he stuns us when he jumps and lands back on the ground. Which if that happens, he will then throw a boulder at us. But with bombs, he goes down in 3 hits. And then we get to hear that awesome victory jingle. It's like, yeah! Such a good feeling. Now we have the super arm, which basically means we can pick up stuff and toss it at enemies. It's underwhelming and very situational, honestly. Now on to Cutman. Cutman's stage is more basic, and remember how I said these enemies are really annoying? This is what I meant. Come here, you stupid little bitch. I'm gonna hit. Ah, you know what? Screw you. I'm going on ahead. More of you. So we climb up this area and avoid the projectiles coming our way, which is easier said than done, as you can see here. At least there's no punishment for getting hit and falling down the tower. That would sure suck, wouldn't it? So we keep going further up, and now dealing with these enemies that move from left to right. Simple enough to dodge, just needs patience to get through. Or you can be like me and tank it at times for the sake of going faster. The stage also has these weird scissor boxes that shoot scissors that come at you as you run past, but you will never get hit, so what's the point? And at the end, we come into one of these platform jumpy guys, and yeah, I used the rewind feature. Look, I've beaten this game multiple times, and I don't want to have to go through this stage again. Give me a break. I got, like, so many other Mega Man games to go through. So we finally make it to Cut Man, and I died, because I had low health. Alright, now, let's fight proper. Cut Man throws his scissors at you, and all you gotta do is just jump out of the way and be aware that it comes back, like a boomerang. And with 2 rock throws, he is dead. And now we get one of the best weapons in the game. Cut Man's scissors are actually really strong, and can even defeat some enemies that the Mega Buster can't touch. Alright, let's get into my most hated stage in the game. This stage is not hard. It's just annoying. All it is climbing up and an occasional bit of platforming while you're climbing up. You can get hit by enemies and get sent back literal screens down. No joke, this is easily my most hated stage in the game. And if I wasn't so skilled at Mega Man already, I would hate this stage even more like I did when I was a kid. But now adult me can handle it, and it's just annoying. Luckily, the Legacy Collection can help me save time because I refuse to play this stage longer than I have to. Anyway, we keep climbing up, slowly but surely, and this is why we come here after Guts Man. With the Guts Arm, or whatever it's called, I think it's called the Super Arm, I don't really know the weapon names in the original game. We get the second best weapon in the game, Magnet Beam, which gives a fat screw you to platforming, but more on that later. We make our way past Jumpy here, and remember how I said in Mega Man games, once you enter the gate, it's just another gate to get to the boss? Oh, that is not the case here! If and when you die to Elect Man, this entire section of slowly climbing and avoiding obstacles or be sent plummeting all the way down to the bottom will no doubt annoy the hell out of you. And it's actually challenging enough that you will take quite a bit of damage, which is not what you need against Elect Man, because his Elect Beam is the hardest hitting attack of all the Robot Masters. His Elect Beam shoots towards you and will shred your health, killing you in like 2 to 3 hits. So yeah, I cheated to get him at full health because fuck this stage. Man, I'm not going through it again. So now we fight him proper. And with the scissors, he goes down super easy. And we are finally done with the worst stage in the game. Woo! But now we have the Elect Beam. And this is easily the best weapon in the game, as it shoots in 3 directions: up, down, and in front of you. but it deals so much damage to regular enemies. You will be using this a lot throughout the rest of the game. Oh, and fun fact, this stage's music is based on a real-life song, Faithfully by the band Journey. This is completely intentional as Mega Man loves its music from other places. Heck, it even has musical puns in the franchise. For example, Mega Man's Japanese name is Rockman, and his sister's name was Roll. Rock and roll? You will see a lot more musical puns as we go. Now then, on to Iceman, whose stage gimmick is it being really slippery, because ice physics. And since Mega Man already had a bit of slippiness by default, you can imagine how annoying this stage can be. I do like how you jump higher in the water though. What kind of enemies are these? Penguins with bombs on them? Ah! Reappearing, disappearing blocks. You make your true annoying debut here. Everyone knows of these, and they hate them, because it's just a memorization and quick reaction pattern to go through. But thankfully, this is Mega Man 1, and we have the Magnet Beam, which I can now talk about. You can create your own platforms, which utterly trivializes the rest of the stage, so you don't have to actually do any real platforming. Did I mention the ice physics? But yeah, love the Magnet Beam letting me trivialize the sections. Once we get to the big guy, ow, it's an easy shot to Iceman, who shoots out these shots of ice. That's all he does, and he is so weak to Elect Beam that he is dead before I can even describe him. Now we get Iceman's weapon, which freezes enemies in place. This will come in major handy during the Wily stages, but for now, it's on to Fireman stage. Elect Beam. Getting rid of all my problems going through these annoying enemies. So we need to dodge these constantly raining fireballs that we can actually kill, as well as those fire pillars. It's actually a pretty fun stage, and I'm sorry, what are these things? They shoot out energy in a left to right path. Oh, they're flamethrowers. How did I never realize that? Oh, that pit looks suspicious. There's no way you would normally die there, so let's see if there's anything there. And that's what I get for being curious in Mega Man 1. Now this section, I have no idea how you are supposed to get through without using Magnet Beam to pass through, because this fire is just coming too fast. Are you just supposed to tank it? Now we have to deal with those flying bomb guys. And I play really recklessly here, and yeah, okay, I deserve that death. And now we come to Fireman, who, alright, let me be real with you. I have no idea how you are supposed to beat this guy without taking damage. Because his attacks come out so quick that it seems impossible to dodge consecutively. I mean, look at this! Through War of Attrition, we beat him and get his fire weapon, which has its uses, but we will be mainly sticking to Elect Man. And now, finally, it's on to Dr. Wily and his menacing, shifty eyebrows. And this is where I started to use Ice Beam, because I can somehow freeze the enemies in place, completely ignoring that if they are frozen, they should fall as a block of ice onto the ground, but screw physics! And now I can just safely get underneath these guys. And then we use Super Arm to get rid of all of these blocks and just properly shoot the Ice Beam to turn these fire pillars into platforms. Properly shoot the Ice Beam to turn these into platforms. Properly shoot the Ice Beam to turn... Okay, so maybe this part was a little harder to time than I thought it was. Now we climb up and... Nah, not worth it. Now we climb up and, hey, cheap shot! How was I supposed to see that little guy hit me? Alright, now I have to be careful to navigate through here without hitting the bullet bills and dying to the spikes. Nailed it! Now to just navigate through these enemies. May I remind you, this game has no invincibility frames for spikes. Now we just gotta use the magnet beam to navigate our way up here, and... Fucking Yellow Devil is the worst boss in the game, because you only get one shot at him as he scatters back and forth all over the place. This guy is easily the most infamous boss of the original Mega Man, and it's for good reason. I remember when I fought this damn thing, I got a game over after game over after game over, and I've beaten this guy legitimately once before I even knew about the pause trick. But listen, here is the thing. I'm not doing that again this time. Why? Because I don't have the patience to go through a game over 10 times just to learn his pattern, and this isn't the only time I'll be having to fight this devil monster throughout Mega Man, so I'll have my redemption then. So yeah, I used the pause trick, because I got better stuff to do than spend an hour learning this asshole's pattern. Now, on to the next stage. Just gotta get through these annoying smiling enemies, and then boss refight with Cutman. I can't throw blocks at him this time, so I have to actually fight him legitimately with just the Mega Buster. And of course I lose to him. Well, time to refill my lives. You know, it's kinda wild how they chase me into the pit after I've died. So this time, I actually beat him, and we continue with the stage. And now it's time to fight Electman, oh frick! Let me be real with you, I let myself get hit by his body, because that still deals less damage than his Elect Beam. And with that, we can continue through the stage to fight our clone. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I got no idea how to fight this guy. I just shoot Elect Beam, Fire Weapon, and regular shots at him, running and dodging his attacks until I eventually win. Definitely a hard fight. Now onto what I would call, other than the boss, the easiest stage in the game. The only hard part is just dodging the enemies at the top. And then when you get to the bottom, this water rushes in and pushes you forward. And as long as you just fire while you run and make it through, you'll be just fine. Now, this next boss is a very badly designed one, because you are meant to fight him in a way that you would only know through trial and error, which is to kill his clones a number of times with your regular weapon, which how would you know that he's going to respawn a number of times? And then when he is low enough health, throw boulders at him to finish him off. On to the final stage, and, well, time to refill lives again! Wily? Are we gonna talk about your fascination with Gutsman here? I think you may have a problem. It's a pretty easy shot through the stage until we get to the conveyor belt where... the timing can be a little strict. Eventually, I just use the magnet beam to get an extra life and refill my weapon ammo and such. And now it's on to the hardest part of the stage. You have to fight Bomb Man, Fireman, Iceman, and Gutsman back to back with no healing. Something the later Mega Man games do not do. They at least give you a chance to heal. Remember how I said Heat Man feels impossible to dodge? Yeah, this is where that really bites me, because by the time I've gotten to Guts Man, I'm low on health, and only have like 1 or 2 hits left, so yeah, this part is pretty hard. And even crueler, because the checkpoint right before this is just the boss rush, rather than the section before that with that 1 life up and weapon refill. So I die, and eventually just say, screw it, and I use the pause trick to cheat through Fireman, so I can finally fight Gutsman with some help, and finally we make it through. And it's on to the final boss. Dr. Wily himself is definitely pretty tough, as he shoots a projectile that seems to follow where you run. So you kinda have to trick him, and oh shit, I died. So, with the power of reloading saves to give me practice, and the use of proper dodging, we beat his first phase. His second phase always can never hit you if you are just the right amount of closeness to this machine. And so, with Cutman's weapon, we actually beat this phase on our first try. And just like that, we beat Mega Man 1. And that was Mega Man 1. And boy oh boy is it guilty of first game syndrome. Most of the game is just decent by other Mega Man game standards. But let's give it credit, this is where it all started. So there are definitely going to be some rough patches. Can I say I had fun? Sort of. I would not exactly call it fun, but more so having a tolerable time with most of the stages. But Elecman, Iceman, and all of the Wily Fortress is just not really that fun to me. It's definitely a game you play for curiosity's sake, to see how it all started. Honestly, I'm kinda surprised that the game ever got a sequel considering how unfun the first game is. But I think its greatest accomplishment is to show what a dramatic leap in quality that the next game, Mega Man 2, would have. So I definitely think it's worth playing at least to realize how far the creators have come just from this. Do I ever plan to replay it? Honestly, only for content. I know some people trash on Mighty No. 9, but I'd honestly play that and pretty much any other Mega Man game, clone or otherwise, before I'd touch this one again. So that's my final thoughts on Mega Man 1. A frustrating start to a fantastic series that I still adore to this day. Hey, thanks for watching for this long. I'm really glad you enjoyed the video. I'm planning to do more Mega Man game reviews. I've even got Battle Network 2 cooking with my other editor. And I've also got other game reviews as well as just giving my overall thoughts on things. I hope you will consider liking and subscribing to stick around for this. What do you guys think about Mega Man 1? Tell me in the comments below. Do you think there are other talking points I could have mentioned? I'm still new to writing this stuff, so I'd love to know what I can do better on. I'm trying to stream more of these games, both for footage from my reviews and as a way to talk to my community, both here on YouTube and Twitch. The link to my Twitch can be found on the screen right here, and a direct link is down below. Come check out my streams. I'd love to talk with you. Shoutouts to my Ko-fi supporters. The Walshinator, Vert, Kala, Chi, Toko, Josh, Ray Ayanami, Cerno, Infested Diva, Mithril, Shard, and my best friend Lane. Your guys' financial support helps make videos like these come out in the first place. If you like what you see and want to be included among these fine people, consider joining my Ko-fi as a financial supporter. Link is down in the description and on the screen right here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you will have a fantastic day. And consider watching one of the other recommended videos at the end, because it lets YouTube know that I'm doing well and people want to see more. Alright everyone, see you next time. Bye!